We're on the west side, west side.
You cannot do that. All right, so this is part 2 of a series. We did a Google search and the 3 highest crime areas, the Waianae Coast, Ewa Beach, and Wahiawa. Different searches yield different results. We're not throwing shade, we're just acknowledging Google search results. After school, there was a drive-by.
Guarantee they're gonna put hotels.
I hope not.
Hawaiian AF.
The territory thing is a real thing too.
But you know, I don't think my dad would have let me come by myself.
46 grams, I called it. In the early parts of our YouTube, we had a couple of videos that went really big, and one was the Waianae video. I was a little bit insecure, but everyone I met from the west side is like, hey bro, good job on the video, like kept it real. And so we're trying to keep it the same here, but fact of the matter is, if you want to find the smoke, you can find it here.
You can certainly find it.
We also acknowledge that if you want to find the best grad party food, biggest aloha, all those things, you can find that.
The best baby luau.
Yeah.
The most hands to help you prepare.
If one person walking by in Waianae and you're like, can help with this tent, they know how. You know they know how.
I bet you, like, per capita, there's less party planner hiring on this side of the island. The family just get them. That's Waianae.
Right on cue, sirens going by. I wonder in our dad's time, was Waianae still a higher crime given the times area?
I don't know. It's not something my dad ever talks about. I know
Mine
he used
too.
to ride his dirt bike out here from the other side of Kaana Point. I've never heard him talk about anything like that.
When I asked my dad, rest in peace, when he was alive, Dad, did you ever go Waianae, whatever? He's like, I surfed Makaha a couple times. Think about it, like the 40s, the 50s. This was so far away. When we used to surf barbers growing up, we had a couple of families who would come from Nanakuli, from the homestead, come surf. Shout outs to Kamu Awai. I like looked up to these Hawaiians. Best surfer, coolest guy. Still saw him recently. He's like, bro, I love you, brother, there. Super, super solid people. And so it's not surprising to me that this is a high crime area, because we know.
We know.
But if you only met these people that I'm referencing, you'd be like, that doesn't add up. They're as solid as humans.
We already know I have a hard time, even when we're doing like pros and cons videos of like talking on the con side. If we want to keep it real with people who are like looking around and these Google searches come up and, you know, specific events come up.
Social media is just louder. Things aren't what they seem. But violent crimes have increased on the island as a whole, but you see West Side headline. The 2 families are fighting. This guy got a...
Was it a tractor or something? What you talking about?
It's like a
bucket?
bulldozer. Bulldozed right into the carport. Multiple people died.
And he had a gun that he was like shooting while he was doing that too.
You look at Big Island. You look at Maui. On the west side, the dry side, the beautiful deep blue ocean side.
And our west coast here, our west side, is really the only island in Hawaii where this side is not developed and this side is not built up.
And that's good though.
And I love that. On the other islands, that's where all the resorts are. It's like better weather more of the year.
I kind of not like say, but we best beaches.
Yeah, it is the best beaches. And people always ask, like, do you think that that side of the island or Waianae, because of how beautiful it is ever gonna get like built up? Like, guarantee they're gonna put hotels or something over there. I was like,
I hope not.
I don't think so, and I hope not.
A lot of times we say like Kailua is the best like long sandy stretch of beach.
Yeah, but I think Kailua we talk about more because it's just like always like mellow.
Friendly.
Yeah, it's always
like
mellow.
Gentle, the waves.
You're not gonna die.
A lot of people who are at a certain budget and want to come out and live the lifestyle, they live in deep Makaha.
Yeah.
In Makaha Valley Plantation, Makaha Valley Towers. Associations and that liability aside and maintenance fees, living there for that acquisition price with an HOA that keeps it tight, because you live in a community where the zip code has higher crime, you wouldn't mind that tight HOA, especially from the mainland or something. It's an appropriate place for people who are like, I only get 300,000 and I just want a 1-bedroom.
Nowhere else anywhere
Go.
on the island can you have that price point and be as close to the ocean as you are over there.
The view from Makaha Valley.
And it's not just ocean. It's like
mountain to ocean. It's
Mauka to Pakai. My kid's dad, he like grew up here, is from this side. His dad lived over here. And
Hawaiian
even though
dad, Hawaiian kids.
like Hawaiian AF, okay?
Yeah.
Who grew up over here. But even him, like as a dad now, he wouldn't just let our kids just go any kai. Like he wouldn't just let them go without him. Or there were definitely places where he was like, you can go in this area, but they weren't just like, can I walk to Jack in the Box? Like, no.
The other thing I was gonna say, you see these kids fishing and stuff over here?
Yeah.
My friend Koa, shout outs to Koa too, one of the best longboarders in the world. When I see his IG and I see his kid fishing, chasing chicken, and surfing, and just on little cove where they're always bodyboarding and just being one little West Side hammer, I love it. And I'm like, I'm over there in Mililani, and I'm like, I envy this Nanakuli
And you know what though, like when we were kids, more parts of the island, people had that childhood and grew up like that. I feel like West Side now, like Waianae Coast, like this side, it's like one of the last places where the kids are doing that. How we all used to be. Okay. So second location.
You have strawberry diamond head soda? It's Mahe's nostalgia. 46 grams, I called it. I said 48.
You said 48.
That's close.
No, it's diet diamond head, that's why. 46 grams.
Thank you.
Sugar. I gotta throw my whole macros off for this, but I don't care. Yeah, it's 2 steam, 1 fry. always gotta get that from the Manapua man.
Iced coffee or cold coffee?
What? Well, where do you think you are? Do you have iced coffee? No, Mary. Do you guys have monk fruit sweetener?
Oh,
You're
I'll take
embarrassing me, the kind of stuff you
milk.
asked me for over here.
Oat milk.
How dare you come over here to ask for that? So shame.
No, I get them.
Didn't he give you that?
When you think of crime, Ewa Beach, you envision it as a high crime area?
I don't know that I envisioned it as like.
Because you never grew up here.
Well, I
You
know
would only
I
go
didn't.
surf Bush.
Yes, and that was like the furthest I went this way. I had been around like Gentry side,
Newer homes.
but also like I wasn't like trying to be over here. I felt like I could get beat up because I'm not from here.
You were saying before when you go Bush, your dad would be like, stay in the car.
No, Habush was great. Like some houseless uncles,
Yeah.
we'd like bring them a cold pack and they'd like watch our truck
Oh, that's what
while
you
we went
said,
in the
yeah.
water. So
Yeah.
I mean, mixed bag of like my perception of Halbush or of not Halbush,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Ewa Beach.
I came to Hawaii mid-childhood, right? I went to Ilima, then I went to Campbell. My parents got me, and when I say Campbell, synonymous with Ewa Beach, right? And back then was Ewa Beach all the way to Makakilo, Kapolei, even Ko'olina
All those kids went to Campbell.
Ko'olina kids went to Campbell back then.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's far, right?
Yeah.
My parents just went ahead and got me a district exemption to Pro City. Nah, because you don't want to go Campbell, right? And I was like, no, all my friends, they're
Yeah.
from like Ewa Beach. First 2 weeks of school, a hostage situation. Freshman and sophomore year, a couple of times there'd be a big fight on Wednesday. They shut down the school. The rest of the day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, cops come. You don't go back to school till Monday, just to let things cool down. Ewa Beach, #1 moped
Moped
game.
capital of the world, other than like
Thailand.
Indonesia and
Yeah,
Wahiawa.
yeah. The reason why they didn't want me to go Campbell, my stepbrother guys, now military kids, they used to walk to the Manapua man here. After school, there was a drive-by. Shots got fired. Someone got picked him up, put him behind the concrete wall
Oh my god.
at the where you wait for the bus after school.
I love her. What a caring tita.
Yeah.
I love that.
So my point is Ewa Beach is Ho'akale.
I was just gonna say,
beautiful homes.
I know you guys are like, what are you talking about? We're looking at all the nicest houses on the island, the most brand new, even got $2 million houses. How are you telling me that's the number 2, number 3 highest crime area in Hawaii or on Oahu? It's because there's different things.
So
to be
my
honest, I was
lifelong-
surprised to see it on the list. That's why it's important to talk to somebody who knows the nuances of the island because it's both of those
You
things.
can find some of the best grad parties, some of the best baby luau's. Shout outs to 76, Smoke Meat, you know, my friend Kavika, you know Ish.
Was it Ishibono
You
or
say
something?
Ish.
Ishikawa.
Take 2, we're bringing Kenji in for this one. Usually he's behind the camera. Kenji went to Campbell. The reason why we're doing a take 2 is I'm having a hard time doing what we do on this channel, keeping it super, super real and also not...
We're not trying to talk bad about a place that raised us. Let's just be real about our experience. Let's speak about the environment. Like Ewa Beach itself. A lot of Ewa Beach, you don't see the beach. And it's just...
You wouldn't know this is Ewa
It's just
Beach.
flat, and I think that has something to do with it, and it's hot. That's the other thing, like we're in the hottest part. We're all kind of high populated, hot plains of the island.
You think people are just more angry
That's
on
what
edge?
I think, bro. Like, cause hot places.
And most people
heat.
in them are AC.
That's what I mean. Like these houses,
Oh, I didn't think
we're
we-
hot. We're just in school. That's what I remember, just being hot all the time. And I think that has a big part in like the psychology of
I
it.
never
It's just be
thought
hot
about
and
it.
bothered all the time. Sweat stains on our shirt.
So
on
you're
our
just ready,
armpits.
like, say
yeah,
something
no,
to
you
me.
just. It's already kind of punchy. The environment.
Oh.
It's hot.
You ever thought about that?
or are you hot?
Yeah, I'm just hot, but I'm more likely to take a little bump like this.
Yeah.
A little different.
Like
So,
you like crowded Disney, like crowded theme park or
bro,
something.
people
You're
just-
hot, sweaty,
yeah, hot and crowded.
bumping into me.
Those two things automatically raise the
Not to
stakes,
mention
you know what I
Campbell
mean?
had 2,000 kids.
My graduating class had 500. Crowded, hot area. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is.
I had stories about guys from Waianae came to Ewa Beach to scrap back in the 90s and then guns got pulled out.
And who's our neighbor? Waipahu. Rivalry when it comes to sports, but also just it bleeds into each other. So like this kind of environmental thing of like territory. Look, LA. The
You know-
territory thing is a
Yeah.
real thing too. So our neighbors this way, our neighbors that side. It's like,
As
Wai-
we age,
you know.
I think Waipahu is actually more mellow than Ewa Beach.
you counting Waikele in there or what?
No,
Or Royal
not
Kunia?
Waikele, no, no.
I don't know.
No, I'm not talking about Coal Ridge.
Okay. We say it's like one of the top rated places for crime, but is it violent crime? Is it like theft? Okay, there's a lot of car theft. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, look how many cars get.
I mean,
You could get your catalytic converter taken, you know what I mean?
When that was hot, how many years ago that was?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
street lights were out because people were yanking copper from that. Cars, you know, I went to Ilima too, that's why, which is right there.
Me too, yeah.
So Ilima feeder into Campbell High School and never had kapolei. People from so many different places that had to come here every day. Economy class, I think that was like an elective in school, but that was like mandatory in the streets. So like So like everybody from all over like this whole area side hustles, and that takes a lot of different forms. We're not gonna get into specifics.
Yeah.
But so many different kind of side hustles.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Manapua Man, we could say is a side hustle.
You could take this deep-rooted plantation community and Hawaii's plantation culture that's out far away in the hot air plain. Then you overpopulate it. Socioeconomics plays into it. I mean, where do boxers come from? Whether it's New York, Mexico, Karihi, they don't come from Hawaii Kai. You're not seeing Canelo Alvarez or Manny Pacquiao from Waianae. When you see pride in a neighborhood,
76
and say, like, I'm just.
What?
If you see like Hawaii Lower Ridge boys, see? That's the response. But if you see Ewa Beach, Orange and Black, you see Waianae, you see Waimanalo, even go Kaneohe.
That's an interesting point.
But the pride is visceral and real too, because we got each other.
We came from the same place.
Yeah.
We experienced the same. I'm not saying trauma bonding, but we kind in a way, like we came from the same.
You went to Campbell and made it out. There's some trauma bonding. I mean, in my days.
Now it's a lot better. Now they get ACs.
You add AC, you see a direct correlation in fights going down.
Temperature just cool, literally and figuratively cool everybody down.
Yeah.
So we just grew up here. You know, this was the same temperature as the class. No, classroom was hotter because it was overpopulated. Only had 2 fans. We should do that. Look at all the hottest places in cities and see if it's correlated to crime.
I mean, you're not seeing gangsters out of Aspen. You're not seeing people throwing up like Bend, Oregon.
This area came up #1 on some lists.
Wahiawa.
Wahiawa.
When I was young, Wahiawa was like how Bush, like a place I never go.
I came to Wahiawa when I was young.
But you're a North Shore girl, so I never.
Like, I was more scared of Ewa Beach for sure than I was of Wahiawa.
That just shows that human experience is created between the ears, you know.
Yeah.
Me and my dad went fishing Lake Wilson.
For what? To
eat fish? No, you just.
I was gonna say, who's eating
Kenji, no. But even now, like my wife, when she comes over here, she doesn't always feel the most comfortable.
We talk about this before, and even like when clients come and I tell them, well, yeah, just go drive around, because there's some really like nice old plantation style, country style, really well kept, big, nice homes.
Big lot.
Yeah.
Big yard, big grass, mountains, cool weather, lush, green, Wahiawa. I mean, of the 3 areas, that's probably where I make it work.
And we've talked about this before, about the further away you kind of get from Cam Highway,
the better.
The better and the more mellow. I feel like if we look at the stats and they're saying this is like one of the #1 or one of the top crime spots on the island, I guarantee most of them happen closer to Cam Highway.
Right on the freeway, brake dust, noise. Is going to be less desirable real estate than up on the mountain away from it. If you go across America, I've been to like Mayport, Jacksonville. I've been to different military bases. On the outside of a Navy or an Army base sometimes, you find certain car dealerships, or maybe a tattoo parlor or whatever. And not that those are inherently bad. I mean, look, not that those tattoo parlors are inherently bad, but you know what I mean. You find some things. And decades ago here, there was like a sex industry right on these blocks right here. Yeah. You look even our other Wahiawa video, you see comments of like, there used to be, you know, prostitution or whatever, and then the church bought up a lot of this stuff.
Interesting.
So the church bought up a lot of this stuff, and that's sort of like some impoverished / outside of the base / maybe some old plantation roots and just some things that made for a little bit roughness. And then when you have a main highway and that's where the bus stop is, similar to like a subway in New York, I'm sure there's certain parts of New York or like in San Francisco, there's the BART where because you're near the BART station, there's just this. You can get in and out, like crime can flow in and out. I think that's why. Just recently there was a hit and run. Now, neither the victims nor the person hitting, for all I know, are from Wahiawa, but just coincidentally, there's this hit and run like right here. Multiple people injured, cars damaged. Well, we're on this corner because there used to be a brothel here. I don't know if he's the pastor or like the entrepreneur of the church, but we interviewed him on the other Wahiawa video, and he was saying that was the sex scene. And
I had no idea.
He went and advocated for my wife when her car got towed over here by a shady tow truck place. They would tow people from these places and keep their car. There's stories they're trying to ask girls for like their actual address and number and all this kind of stuff. So he went over there, yelled at the guys, and like got my wife's car back. So I guess this is a symbolic block for the topic, yeah? We used to come Wahiawa as a kid.
Yeah, we used to come eat and do any kind over here, because Wahiawa is the closest to Haleiwa.
So this was like coming into town.
Kind of. If we didn't want to go,
like a restaurant,
if we didn't want to go all the way to Pro City, that restaurant is still over there, Dong Yang.
That's what you talking about, Dong Yang? This place?
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh.
And they have like I mean, everybody has different meat joint spots that they like, but if you're from North Shore, that's your meat joint spot. So we used to come here to eat and to shop and go food land and whatever.
Did you ever feel unsafe?
No, I didn't.
Well, you was with Uncle Larry, though.
That's true. But you know what? I don't think my dad would have let me come by myself.
When we were at Ewa Beach, Kenji was saying, like, oh, it's hot. Makes sense. People are irritable. But it's not hot up here.
No.
So how come? So local people answer it for me if you know Wahiawa. Maybe some military people have been stationed here for 20 years. Why is Wahiawa one of those places? It's nice.
It's not that crowded either.
It's green. Wahiawa might be one of the better foodie towns. Outside of town, like Honolulu, town.
Get more hole-in-the-wall kind action.
I think El Palenque, another Mexican place popped up. You got Taqueria El Ranchero, Chicken and Barrel.
What's the name of what's the Saiman place over here?
Fukuya.
No.
Ramen.
It's like an old Saiman place. Not ramen, it's a Saiman place. It's like North Shore people's Shiros.
The guava chicken place, Kiani's guava chicken.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that place. And there's like a small
Maui's
there's
chicken.
a small Okazuya back here too. You know that honey mead company? They're back here too.
Cool coffee shops, Bizia,
Oh yeah.
Surfers Coffee.
Come to think of it, there is plenty of stuff over here.
This is one of the cooler foodie cafe spots. I think a lot having to do with the transition from North Shore, the base being right there.
Yeah.
And then cost for commercial real estate in Hawaii is super expensive. So it's hard to compete with Starbucks in Mililani Town Center next to Walmart and Long's Drugs in the theater. In Wahiawa, because of some of the things we talked about, the average cost of real estate may go different. On this strip, there's opportunity to open your taqueria or whatever. So,
and there actually, come to think of it, there are a lot of like local businesses all around here. Yeah, that's true.
again, painting it in a positive, Wahiawa is dope.
Yeah.
You know, Wahiawa is cool.